Hello my dear students. Our today's chapter is self-reliance. The lesson self-reliance is a short story or an essay on how the writer was inspired by the self-reliance of a little boy to not lose hopes of life. Now I will explain the story in detail later on, but before that let us see the characters and the hard words from this chapter. Characters. First one is writer and the second one is boy. In this, writer has written his own experience and how he got inspired by that little boy. So let's see the hard words. First one is self-reliance. Students, you have to listen the pronunciation carefully and repeat after me. Self-reliance. S-E-L-F. Self. R-E-L-I-A-N-C-E. Reliance. Self-reliance. Future. F-U-T-U-R-E. Future. Field. F-I-E-L-D. Field. Dejected. D-E-J-E-C-T-E-D. Dejected. Divert. D-I-V-E-R-T. Divert. Bicycle. B-I-C-Y-C-L-E. Bicycle. Moment. M-O-M-E-N-T. Moment. Scream. S-C-R-E-A-M. Scream. Ditch. D-I-T-C-H. Ditch. Limped. L-I-M-P-E-D. Limped. Grace. G-R-A-C-E. Grace. Descended. D-E-S-C-E-N-D-E-D. Descended. Urge. U-R-G-E. Urge. Depression. D-E-P-R-E-S-S-I-O-N. Depression. Thoughts. T-H-O-U-G-H-T-S. Thoughts. Pleaded. P-L-E-A-D-E-D. Pleaded. Disciple. D-I-S-C-I-P-L-E. Disciple. Indomitable. I-N-D-O-M-I-T-A-B-L-E. Indomitable. Escapism. E-S-C-A-P-I-S-M. Escapism. Miserable. M-I-S-E-R-A-B-L-E. Miserable. Destiny. D-E-S-T-I-N-Y. Destiny. Delusion. D-E-L-U-S-I-O-N. Delusion. Imperceptible. I-M-P-E-R-C-E-P-T-I-B-L-E. Imperceptible. Now I will read once again. Listen the pronunciation carefully, students. Self-reliance. Future. Field. Dejected. Divert. Bicycle. Moment. Scream. Ditch. Limped. Grace. Descended. Urge. Depression. Thoughts. Pleaded. Disciple. Indomitable. Escapism. Miserable. Destiny. Delusion. Imperceptible. Now let's see the word meanings from this lesson. The first one is speak. Old use past tense of speak. Speak is used for the past tense of speak, which is the old use of speak. But now we use spoke. Speak, spoke, spoken. Now we use spoke for the past tense of speak. Second one is scream. Scream means very loud, high-pitched cry. Very loud, high-pitched cry. Ditch. Ditch means long, narrow channel cut into the ground. You might have seen ditch in the fields for the flow of water. That is a long, narrow channel which is cut into the ground. Grace. Grace means the mercy of God or the kindness of God. Indomitable. Indomitable means too strong to be discouraged or too strong to be disappointed. Third one is self-reliance. Self-reliance means the ability to do things by yourself. Self-reliance means ability to do things by yourself. Thunder. Thunder means to say loudly. Thunder means to say loudly especially when someone is angry. Conquer. Conquer means to take complete control. In olden days, the kings, they used to conquer the kingdom of other kings. They used to take the complete control over the kingdom of other kings. That is conquer. Ninth one is escapism. Escapism means not facing reality or running away from reality. Escapism means not facing reality or running away from reality. Suffer. Suffer means tolerate. Means I will not suffer fools or I will not tolerate fools. Sweet delusion. Sweet delusion means imagination. Imagination or dreaming. Imperceptible. Imperceptible means gradual. Imperceptible means gradual or slow. Now let's start our lesson.
Now children, open your book at page number 50. I am going to read the first 3 paragraphs, so listen the pronunciation carefully. That morning I had lost all hopes of my future. I went out and sat under a tree in a field in a dejected mood. To divert myself, I began to watch a kid riding a bicycle at a distance. He must be practicing, I thought. Then when I looked away for a moment, I heard a scream. I did not know what had happened, but the kid had fallen into a ditch and he was screaming. The boy's bicycle was also in a bad shape. I went to help him. No thanks, the kid replied. I can help myself. He seemed to be a self-reliant child. He did not want others to show mercy on him. He picked up the broken bicycle and limped back to his house. Here I refers to the writer. The writer was sad and depressed for some reason. So he went out and sat under a tree in a field. He wanted to divert himself. Why he wanted to divert himself? Because he was sad and depressed. He wanted to come out from his sadness. So he began to watch a kid riding a bicycle at some distance. The kid was practicing. Then all of a sudden, the writer heard a scream of that kid. The kid had fallen into the ditch and he was screaming. His bicycle was also in a bad shape. Immediately, the writer went to help the kid, but the kid replied, "No thanks, I can help myself." He did not want others to show mercy on him. To show mercy means to show kindness. So the kid was a self-reliant child. He picked up his bicycle and limped back to his house. Limp means walk with difficulty because of damaged foot. Now see the 4th paragraph. If this child can do this, you can also be a self-reliant person, can't you? I actually heard someone whisper this in my mind. Grace seemed to have descended on me. I felt a strong urge to deal with my problems, my depression, and my negative thoughts. Here the writer was depressed. He had lost all hopes of his future. But when he saw the self reliant child, he changed his mind. He imagined the mercy of God is moving downwards into his mind. What comes in his mind? That if this child can do this, I can also be a self reliant person. Finally, the writer determined to deal with his problems, his depression, and his negative thoughts. I went home and picked up a book to read. It was Thus Speaks Swami Vivekananda. On the page I opened, these lines appeared. Once, when a disciple pleaded his helplessness with Swami Vivekananda, Swamiji thundered, "What nonsense are you talking? Within you lies indomitable power. Only thinking, I am nothing, you have become powerless. It is just escapism to say, I am so miserable. Every man has his burden to bear. Swami Vivekananda did not suffer fools." The writer went home and picked up a book to read. Which book? Thus Speaks Swami Vivekananda. On the page that writer had opened, what was written on that page? Once Swami Vivekananda, disciple or follower, pleaded his helplessness with Swami Vivekananda. After hearing the words of his disciple, Swami Vivekananda thundered, means he said loudly that his disciple was talking nonsense. So he advised his disciple to give up the thinking that he was worthless, because there is an indomitable power in everybody, and that it was just escapism to feel miserable about our helplessness. Every man has his burden to bear. Here the writer says that Swami Vivekananda did not tolerate fools. Now let's read the next paragraph. If you are miserable, try to conquer your misery and try to be calm. Stand up, be bold, be strong. Do not be a weakling. Take all your responsibilities on your shoulders and know that you are the creator of your own destiny. It is a big error to feel helpless. All the strength and success you want is within you. Having been inspired by the writings of Swami Vivekananda, the writer tells us that we should try to be calm. We should stand up boldly and take all our responsibilities on our shoulders to create our own destiny. The writer also says that feeling helpless is a big error, and also says that we have all the strength to succeed. So we must be positive in our thinking and never let the negative thoughts to overcome you. Now let's read the last two paragraphs. If we cannot help others, there is none to help us. To think that there is someone is sweet delusion. This is the greatest lesson we should learn. None else can help you, friend. Get a hold on yourself. Then stand up. Don't be afraid. In the midst of all miseries and all weakness, let the self come out, faint and imperceptible though it be at first. Now, the writer says that we should help ourselves and should not depend on others, because nobody will be there to help us. This is the greatest lesson we should learn from this, is that we should be self-reliant. We should face our miseries with courage or bravery. With this, we end up our chapter. I hope you all have understood. Okay. Thank you, students. Bye.